All right, welcome back to Getting Sober, again. My name is Jay, and today we're going to talk about the 5 main reasons why alcohol makes us irritable and angry. But first, if you care about your own sobriety journey as much as we do, we have hundreds of videos on the topics of sobriety and self-improvement, so make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. All right, let's get started. Now, it's no secret that during a long night of drinking, at some point, we're going to find ourselves experiencing a wide variety of emotions. We may find ourselves starting out the night as happy, excited, maybe energized, which slowly turns to irritable, angry, and sleepy. We tend to act and behave in ways that maybe feel more authentic in the moment, more passionate, if you know what I mean. But most of us know that these feelings can turn negative real quick. From simple arguments to domestic violence to bar fights and the drunk tank at the local jail. Alcohol has a way of flipping a switch in all of our brains. Now, personally, I've been to jail multiple times, and more than once happened to be alcohol related. So let's actually go over a few violent crime statistics and see what role alcohol played in each one of those crimes. Approximately 2/3 of victims suffering violence from a current or former spouse or partner reported that the perpetrator had been drinking. 2/3. Here's another one. On average, roughly 40% of inmates incarcerated for violent offenses were under the influence of alcohol at the time of their crime. How about this sobering fact? In the United States alone, about 3 million violent crimes occur each year in which victims perceive the offender to have been drinking at the time of the offense. Now, I'm sure you've all heard the term in the heat of the moment, right? Well, did you know that around 40% of convicted murderers had used alcohol either before or during the crime? So let's go over the facts and the science of how alcohol puts us over the edge. The first reason why alcohol makes us angry is alcohol amplifies underlying emotions. For those of us who already struggle with anger management or tend to have a shorter fuse, alcohol doesn't create new anger, it just amplifies what's already there. So let's say that you're already out and about and you see somebody that you don't like in public while you're drinking. Chances are, however you were feeling about that person is going to be intensified. Now, alcohol significantly boosts these existing tendencies, making it far more likely that we'll react with disproportionate anger and or hostility. And these reactions may be contrary to how we might have handled those feelings differently while being sober. Now, sometimes we might drink to cope with stress or anger or anxiety, maybe hoping to escape those difficult emotions. Unfortunately for us, alcohol can ironically intensify those unwanted emotions. The second reason why alcohol makes us angry is we have impaired judgment and inhibition. Now, I think that when people hear the phrase lowered inhibitions, they just think of being a little loosey-goosey, when the reality is you could also be a little fighty-flighty. Now, alcohol directly impacts our prefrontal cortex, which is the part of our brain which is crucial for making good decisions, controlling our impulses, and thinking clearly. Now, when this area is affected, we experience a significant drop in our inhibitions, making it harder for us to control ourselves. This can cause us to do or say things that might be considered maybe out of character or maybe potentially aggressive. That's because our mental filters might be temporarily offline. Now, the third reason why alcohol makes us angry is we have increased impulsivity. One of alcohol's key effects is a significant drop in our ability to think through the consequences of our actions. This heightened impulsivity means that when anger flares up, we're much more likely to express it immediately and intensely, maybe without pausing to consider if it's appropriate or what the repercussions actually might be. In other words, we get a little spicy. The fourth reason why alcohol makes us angry is we experience reduced empathy. Alcohol can impair our ability to recognize and truly understand the emotion of others. This makes it harder for us to grasp how our own behavior is being perceived, and we're more likely to misinterpret what others are actually doing and or feeling. With less empathy for others in the drunken moment, it becomes easier for us to act insensitively and or aggressively. That's because we're less connected to the impact that we're having on the other people around us. And frankly, when we're drinking, we kind of don't care, right? And before we get to the fifth and final reason, stick around because I have some bonus information that even I didn't know. The fifth reason why alcohol makes us angry is alcohol causes neurotransmitter disruptions. Alcohol deeply affects the delicate balance of neurotransmitters in our brain like serotonin and dopamine, aka the feel-good chemicals. These are the chemical messengers that help to regulate our mood and emotions. When alcohol throws these very important chemicals out of balance, we can experience heightened irritability, anxiety, and a greater tendency towards aggression. When the alcohol starts to leave our system, our brain tries very hard to correct that chemical balance and can become overly excited and or agitated. This is why we often feel extra irritable and angry, especially during a hangover or withdrawal. In other words, the come down from alcohol is very real, and it's quite possible that we might take everyone down with us. All right, let's get to the bonus information. Did you know that alcohol has a biphasic effect? As in having two phases. Now, even though alcohol is a depressant, meaning it slows down our brains and our nervous system, this effect can actually make us more prone to anger rather than just calming us down. Which may seem confusing at first because alcohol in lower doses, especially in the initial stages of drinking, may give us an excited stimulant effect, aka the buzz. So as the term biphasic relates to alcohol in two phases, first, alcohol makes you happy, and then alcohol makes you grumpy. And then alcohol magically teleports you to Taco Bell at 1 a.m. Now, when it comes to drinking, I feel like all of us can easily categorize ourselves as one of the many seven dwarves. You might be grumpy, happy, sleepy, bashful, sneezy, or dopey. So my question to you is, which one are you? Are you the happy drunk? Are you the miserable drunk? Are you the let's start a fight with everyone on social media drunk? Are you the sleazy drunk or the goofy drunk or the wild and reckless drunk? Tell everyone how alcohol affected you by leaving a comment in the comment section down below. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to show your support for everyone here in this sobriety community by giving this video a thumbs up. But if you're ready to binge watch another one of our helpful videos, click on the link in the top corner of the screen. And with that, I want to wish you good luck on your self-improvement journey, and I will see you in the next video. If you want to see another one of our videos, click here.